Hey guys, welcome back to Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. In today's video, more FUD, more doom and gloom, but it's not on crypto. It's on the collapse of fiat and how real money is dwindling and fake money is taking over. Man, it is getting crazy out in these fiat streets. We used to say the DeFi streets, but I think the era of easy money has officially ended. So for years, central banks and policymakers have been injecting massive amounts of fake money into the global economy through quantitative easing, low interest rates, and the COVID stimulus package that we all knew to grow and love. But as inflation continues to soar, the consequences of this reckless monetary policy are becoming increasingly relevant. But as inflation continues to soar, the consequences of this reckless monetary policy are becoming increasingly evident. This visualization shows the current state of global economy with various assets and markets measured in 2022. What's startling is how little real money is tied to tangible assets like gold, silver, and oil, and remains compared to the vast amount of fake money like fiat, stocks, and derivatives. History shows us that all fiat currencies have eventually failed, and the collapse of the banking system and traditional financial institutions seems imminent. But alas, there is hope. Cryptocurrency and DeFi, which operate on decentralized network, offer a solution to the problem of fake money. Now, of course, one could argue that all crypto is fake, or at least everything minus Bitcoin is fake. But with crypto, you can take control of your finances and invest in a currency that's not tied to any government or central bank. DeFi allows you to borrow, lend, trade assets without intermediaries like banks. It's a decentralized financial system that puts the power in the hands of the people. The people, or more so the community like we call ourselves here in Drip, determine the value, just like the trade and barter systems we were used to in the original tribes way before fiat got introduced. For now, we are still tied to fiat, especially in the sense of stablecoins pegged to the US dollar. However, a new global reserve could be coming, and it could be backed by BTC. What I'm talking about is BRICS. BRICS is working on a new global reserve currency. So this could usher in a new stablecoin backed by BTC. This is just pure speculation, but it's still food for thought. And these countries clearly do not want to have the US dollar as a global reserve. And we have seen a lot of them already, except for China, implement using BTC. So we'll see how that shapes up. But back to this here. So at the end of the day, we can actually learn something from the traditional financial markets and the investors of old, such as Warren Buffett. He said, it's only when the tide goes out that you get to see who's swimming naked. And the tide has definitely gone out, and the truth is clear. The collapse of fiat is imminent, as it always has been, and history shows us that time and time again. But there is a way out. You can embrace real money and join the crypto DeFi revolution before it's too late. So I urge you guys to come on over to Market Watch and check this out. What's interesting to note about this chart, which I thought is very, very telling. So take it with a grain of salt, right? I learned something way back in the day in school. They say that statistics don't lie, but statisticians do. And you let the data tell the story, or let the data drive your decisions. However, sometimes the data is skewed. And what I mean by that is this is a chart from is this one 2018? No, this is 2018. So this is a chart from 2018. And we see here at the derivatives, and basically if you're not familiar with derivatives, basically it's just gambling. That's all derivatives are. So you have futures contract, forwards contract, options, warrants, and swaps. People basically betting on what the price of an asset will do in the future. So in 2018, they said the derivative market was 544 trillion, and the notion value, which is what they believe it's more representative of, was 1.2 quadrillion, right? So that's what these blocks represent here. So 1.2 quadrillion. Now, the reason I brought that up is because, interestingly enough, 2022, so remember 2018 is pre-COVID, right? Pre-money stimulation, pre-40% of the USD being injected into the supply. We scroll all the way down here, And we'll find out now that for some odd reason, the derivatives market has shrank to 600 trillion. It's been cut in half. I find that very, very hard to believe in 4 years where money was being injected all over the world in multiple countries, not just the US, but somehow the derivatives market shrank. So I heard another statistic somewhere else. I couldn't find it, but they said it was closer to 4 quadrillion. So the point I'm getting at is that the fiat system, or especially when you get all the way down to derivatives, is so much larger than the actual assets that we have in the world, right? So that's where you have these, the money supply, M1, M2, M3, all this stuff. But for assets, they give the global real estate assets at 327, that's the number I'm looking for. So they give real estate globally 326 trillion, and then gold is like 11 trillion or something like that. So point I'm getting at is that theoretically, when you add derivatives, it's closer to 2 quadrillion. And if you add up all the real world assets and commodities, which it doesn't really break down very well in here, it's closer to 500 trillion. So we have at least a 4x leverage on our fake money system. It's probably closer to 10x leverage, but scrolling through this, you'll be able to break things out and see, because technically stocks and stuff like that might fall into there depending on how they are set up. And yeah, so this is just a great telling little graphic to show you where we are in the cryptocurrency space, a blip on the radar. They put old Sam in here, what his peak worth was at before he crashed and burned. But the point is that with the actual total amount of fake money in the system, it's anywhere between 4 to 10x on what we actually have in real commodities and assets like gold, silver, oil, stuff like that, agriculture, yada, yada, yada. So the solution and what's happening right now, and that's why we see the Bitcoin price pumping, it was over 28,000, is people are indeed getting unbanked, because I showed you guys in the previous video, they're trying to collapse the smaller banks and push everybody to the bigger banks, and then it makes it easier to consolidate and shove a CBDC down your throat. And right now, there is no technical safe haven for you to jump into crypto, because you're going to be in volatile assets, and we can't even trust Tether or USDC or BUSD, because literally all of those are tied to the fiat Ponzi that is crumbling right now before our eyes, causing all these problems. So it's not exactly hopium right now, but if you are sitting in stables and willing to take that risk, or which is a less risk than sitting in Bitcoin or ETH, of course, then at least you're unbanked and you have control over your financial future, because not your keys, not your crypto. And that goes to fiat as well, because once you put it in the bank, it's not yours. It belongs to them, and they don't have to insure any of it. And as I showed you in the other video, especially in the US, the bank, or specifically Secretary Janet Yellen and the Fed, can decide which banks will get bailed out and which ones will unfortunately be left to crumble. Now, if you got less than 250 grand in there, then you're FDIC insured, but who knows how long that actually takes. But either way, even if that happens, all that is inflation. FDIC and the Fed, they don't have the money. They got to print more money. So it's still devaluing your actual buying power. So long and short, run to DeFi. This is where we all need to band together. And when we do, we can actually create utility and true backed assets and stable coins if we need to, because clearly you can't transact. You could transact in Bitcoin, but you transact in 0.00001% of a Bitcoin to get a burger, and then the person getting ready to exchange that to pay their bills for making said burger, it's gone down or gone up. So like, it's too volatile is the point I'm getting at. But I believe that the powers that be, maybe BRICS, is going to introduce a BTC backed stable coin, or good old CZ might come to the rescue with some version of a stable coin that is less volatile. I don't know, but I'm quite sure the future is brighter in the DeFi crypto space. So I will try to remember to put this market watch demo, what do you call this, infograph, in the comments or in the description, because it is really cool to come through and read and see how all these shape up. But hopefully it was just an eye opener to see how much debt there is in the system and how much leverage there is in the system globally, and yeah, how pretty much we're screwed no matter what. All right, that's all I got for this video. Hope everybody's some value. If it did, you know the drill. Smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See you. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.